How you doing, everybody? I'm Josh.
I'm Ken.
And I'm Scott.
Welcome back to another episode of Dad's Diner. Today, we're going to start by doing a basic mac and cheese, and then we're going to add a little Dad's Diner magic to it and make fried mac and cheese balls.
Prestidigitation.
If you say so.
Yep.
All right, let's go over our ingredients. We've got some cheese here. I've got 12 ounces of cheddar. I've got 8 ounces of Monterey Jack, and I've got 4 ounces of Fontina. I've got a cup of milk. I have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of ground nutmeg. Over here, I have 2 cups of flour. These are 3 eggs with 2 tablespoons of milk. And over here, I have about 3 cups of seasoned breadcrumbs. Okay, the cheese looks a little light on the Fontina, so Ken, could you grate me a little Fontina? Okay, so first we start with 3 tablespoons of melted butter, and then to that, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, and we're gonna whisk that together.
And you know what that becomes?
Tell me.
That becomes a roux, which is like a thickening agent used for sauces and things like that.
Well, since you know so much about it, why don't you come on over here?
Yeah, let me take that over for you.
Take over for me. Checking our oil here. We want our oil to get up to 350. It's not quite ready yet, which is fine because we're not quite ready. All right, we've got that going. So now we've got our roux. Our flour is nicely incorporated into the butter. I am going to add milk to that, and we are going to turn this roux into a bechamel. There you go.
Nice.
This is going to take about 4 minutes to thicken up over medium-high heat. Earlier, I started about half a pound of macaroni pasta in some salted water, and it looks just about ready, so I'm going to go ahead and drain that. There we go. Okay.
At some
And
point, this facial's going to work, right?
just keep doing it.
All right.
All right, now I'm going to add our salt, our nutmeg, and our pepper. Whisk that in, and by the time that gets all mixed in, we should be seeing some bubbles.
Did you know at one time nutmeg was worth more than gold?
Wait, that means that I've been just juggling enough to pay for my kids' college tuition?
Exactly.
All right, that looks good. The cheese looks
We have
good.
bubbles.
We have bubbles. All right, so we're going to take our cheese, we're going to add it into our bechamel, and we're going to get that all nice and happy and melted. And we're going to stir that in and combine it until it gets all nice melty and gooey and delicious. And then we're going to add our pasta into that.
Hey, boss man.
Yes, sir.
Our cheese is ready.
Our cheese is, oh, that is beautiful. All right, Ken, can you get us a trivet, please?
Oh, sure.
And I will get our noodles, and we will pour them in and get that incorporated and nice and happy and beautiful. Ken, could you do me a favor? Get
Sure.
me a Baker's Secret pan and a sheet of parchment paper.
Will do.
At this point, basically, you've got mac and cheese. You could take it, put it in a bowl, sprinkle a little breadcrumb, toss it in the oven for 5 minutes, and you've got just plain old, regular, delicious mac and cheese. But we want to make mac and cheese balls, and for that, we need to cool it. So once Scott is done mixing, we're going to pour some of it into our pan that we have lined with parchment paper. We're going to cover it up, put it in the fridge for at least 2 hours so it gets nice and solid and cold, and we're going to go from there. While we're waiting for that to chill, let's see what the kids are up to.
Or this. Yeah. Scrambled eggs and cooked pancakes. Why? Why can't you make your own food for Dudley? I don't want to make food for Dudley.
Excellent. Okay. So here we have one that has been chilled for a few hours. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut a slice. I'm going to lift that out. Will you take that away for me, please? Thank you. And then I'm going to cut them into squares, sort of even. And then what we do is roll our balls.
You and balls, man.
Once again, hey, if something works, you stick with it. We don't eat it, we roll it.
But it's so good.
I understand, but we're rolling. All right, so first in the flour, does not have to be perfectly round. Another roll, then in our egg wash, and then in our breadcrumb, and one final roll, and you're done. Why don't you guys give it a try?
It's too easy.
Why not a cheese square?
Oh my gosh, that would be so much easier.
So luckily I've got some pre-made so we don't have to wait all day for these guys to roll them. Okay, so I'm gonna check our temperature here. Let's see where we're at. We're at 362, which is a little high, so I'm gonna lower our heat just a little bit. But I think we're still okay to cook. I've got a clothespin here, which I love to use to keep my oil temperature gauge from sliding around all over the place.
That looks a really good job.
All right, great. Okay, so we're gonna take a few of our pre-made balls here, and I'm gonna put them in with a wok strainer. You can also use a slotted spoon as long as it's a metal spoon. Please don't use anything plastic, we got really hot oil. So we're gonna drop these guys in, cook them for a few minutes, see how we did.
He said balls.
Josh,
Sir?
Ken did a square.
Hey! My gosh, you would have thought that I...
So after a minute, I'm just gonna give them a little turn. And when they're done, the cooked ones should rise to the top. So they should float on the surface. That's another sign they're telling you, they're ready, take me out. Let me cool and eat me.
Oh, these talk too.
All your food should be talking to you. You're just not listening. All right, so I see some guys floating onto the surface, so I'm gonna take them out. I'm gonna put them on a plate, some paper towel. Ken, why don't you get out some beer so we can have something to drink while we're waiting for these guys to cool.
Got it.
Excellent. Here we have our Dogfish Head 90-minute IPA. I have been waiting all day to drink this, and I can't wait to have some. It's one of my favorite IPAs, really sets the standard. All right, have a taste, tell me what you think.
100 minute would have been better.
You think they went 10 minutes short?
10 minutes short.
I think they did it just right.
It was worth the wait. I think so.
That is delightful. All right, so I think they've cooled enough. Let's crack one open and see how we did. Oh, look at that. Nice and melty and gooey and cheesy. Want to have a bite of that? You can have that.
Wow.
There you go. Just don't drop it on me. There you go.
That's really good.
Right? That's fun.
It's not bad.
You can play around with this. You can add some bacon to this. You could add some caramelized onions to this. You could add some short ribs to this. You could add some pulled pork to this. You could add all of those things to this. Whatever. Have fun. Go nuts. We're going to eat a few more of these. Don't worry. I'm going to make more for the kids, and then we're going to see what they think.
Much better than just regular mac and cheese.
Isn't it? Okay, guys. I've made some fried mac and cheese balls for you. So take one, take a bite, and might be a little warm inside. Tell me what you think.
It's really good. I think I think it's a bit overcooked, and the inside is a bit too hot.
The taste and crisp is really good. The only thing I don't like about it is it's because it's extremely hot.
Can I have a bunch more? These are so good.
I like how the inside tastes, and I like how the outside is kind of crunchy. The outside kind of reminds me of fish sticks.
Okay, so maybe a little too hot. Next time, I promise I'll let them cool a little longer. Thanks so much for joining us on Dad's Diner. Please come back and see what we're making next time. Just so you know, those kids ate all of them, but do let them cool for at least 5 minutes before serving. Maybe 10. Thanks for watching Dad's Diner. Come back and see what we're making next time. Questions, comments, suggestions? Send us an email. dadsdinerwebseries@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Please, pretty please, with lots of bacon on top.